Hi.
Hello.
This is weird, but we're gonna try it. This is a recorded episode of Radio Ryan. We are here in the WCCS studio, but due to some technical difficulties, we could not broadcast this live.
Unfortunately.
So to all you live listeners, I'm sorry that you don't exist.
We see you. And we hear
But
you.
we recorded episode 1 while we aired it live. I believe that was Aliens with Will. By the way, I'm Radio Ryan. And this is Radio Ryan, a podcast, recorded edition. I'm here with Radio Tyler.
What up?
So we recorded the first episode. That'll be going up on SoundCloud soon. That was the only one we've done so far, correct? Because then we took a week off because of technical difficulties.
Yes, correct. And we are glad to report that we still have technical
We
difficulties.
still have technical difficulties.
Making strides.
So here we are,
Here we are.
recorded episode number 2.
Yep.
This is fun though.
Yeah, we could still have people
We
call
could,
us.
Yeah, we could just text people and say
It's
call
a real
us.
podcast now.
Exactly.
It really is a podcast.
True.
It's not live.
The question mark is now period.
Yeah, it's a period. It's a
podcast.
podcast.
We made it. This is what it took for us to ascend to that status.
Right. So we're sorry to everyone who enjoyed Radio Ryan Live. We'll try to get that up ASAP.
But Radio
because
Ryan is still Radio Ryan.
Radio Ryan is still Radio Ryan. We're still gonna record it, even though Harrison was like, "You guys might as well not even be here," because we are in the studio with Radio Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang!
Wu-Tang
In
Clan.
station technician.
Woo!
And we were like, can I swear?
You
No,
know
'cause
what?
if you turn off your mics, you can.
Right.
But then you shouldn't really have dead
What
air.
the?
Yeah, I'm not gonna swear because this could still be going on. Someone could still be listening on WCCS 96.5 FM. So local listeners
they?
could still be listening
And you don't want to
over radio, right?
get me in
Yeah.
trouble.
You could just say Tyler mic off, and I can.
Right. But maybe when we do recorded version in the future, we might get a little
little saucy.
R-rated.
frisky.
But
Part PG-13.
yeah, we're here with the recorded version, episode 2 of season 2 of Radio Ryan to
Mhm.
make it a little official.
Absolutely.
Next week we got a very exciting episode. My very own girlfriend will be coming down to Wheaton or up to Wheaton from Providence for the special Valentine's Day edition of Radio Ryan. Until then, we're here with my male friend,
Yes.
Radio Tyler.
We are not in a relationship.
Friendship's a
We're in a
relationship.
friendship.
We're in a
Yeah,
friendship.
We're in a
Going
friend
steady.
relationship. So, how are you doing, Tyler?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I'm trying my best.
Do you have a nice night?
I have had a very nice night.
It's
yes.
it's Wednesday, by the way. We always do this on a Wednesday. It's
Yes.
Wednesday, February 6th, 2019.
Absolutely.
Those Gregorians, I just don't trust their calendars.
I
Like,
really.
for all we know, it could be March, and it could be 2.
I mean, time itself is.
It
you
could-
know,
Me too.
It could be 2. It could be the year 2.
yeah. You know what? This year feels like a 2.
This year does feel good.
Yeah.
But I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
How are you?
I'm good. It's a rainy night. It has been kind of warm recently, which is nice.
It has been kind of warm, but it was really earth-shatteringly cold before.
Right.
And now it's
It
warm.
was really, really cold, and now it's warm because we don't take care of our planet.
Yay!
Hot takes.
The real reason
Literal hot
episode 202 of Radio Ryan is not titled Ryan and Tyler Talk About Global Warming. No, that episode will be coming.
It's gonna be saucy.
This episode will be titled Radio Ryan 202 Dungeons and also perhaps Dragons, because today we're going to be talking about D&D.
Oh.
It's a game we play. We both play. We play here on campus. We have a little session going with me and good friends of the show, Radio Tyler, Radio Harrison,
Mhm.
Radio Will.
You mean the expert will.
Right, radio expert, resident UFO expert Will, as well as Will's girlfriend Tabby. Really fun. Really glad to have everybody playing
Yes,
on
she's a
campus.
will expert.
Yeah, Tabby's a Will expert.
So far, it's been a lot of dungeons, not many dragons.
Right, you guys. You ran into one dragon.
We did. That's true.
Let's jump into it. So, I'm not going to explain what D&D is because if you don't know, Google it. I'm not your mom.
It's a large wooden ship.
Right.
You know the drill.
So, Tyler, why don't you tell the lovely folks listening what you and I have been doing in D&D? I'm the dungeon master, and Tyler is a player. Do you want to give everyone a summary of who's in the campaign, who they're playing, and what you guys have done so far?
Absolutely. So I'll start with my character. By the way, this was my first time playing D&D, not tonight, but recently.
Right.
And my character's name is, of course, Keanu Reeves.
Right.
Named after the great actor Kirk Douglas. And basically, he's a folk hero, but he's also an actor because he might be the actual Keanu Reeves because it's just assumed
Right.
that
We're
he would
assuming
be able to.
he's the D&D equivalent of literal Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
He acts like, looks like, and sounds exactly like Keanu Reeves.
He really does look exactly like Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
in our minds, it's just Keanu. I'm picturing John Wick Keanu. I don't know. If
I'm picturing Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Okay.
Keanu.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically Bogus Journey.
Specifically bogus, right?
Yeah.
After he's grown from his experiences in Excellent Adventure.
Exactly. Yeah. He's such a reformed character.
Right.
And yeah, so I'm a
So
folk
you're
hero.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I'll just take over for a sec just
Please
to
do.
explain the character so you're not talking for like 20 minutes because who wants to listen to people talk? So our good friend Harrison, in-studio technician,
Woo!
is named Albin in the game.
Alban.
He's a monk. Everyone's human except for Tabby, who's a half-elf, which is
Yeah.
just basically human but better. So
Yeah.
you guys are really exciting with that.
His name's Alban because we've all been there.
Yeah.
So
He's like a monk who...
He's not. He is a monk.
He's a monk in both D&D class and in profession. He's a devoutly religious and like disappointingly socially awkward man.
yeah, he's really committed to like.
He's a
I
bit
didn't
older.
expect him to wear the robes into the studio, but he seems pretty comfortable.
He's cosplaying. His character is recklessly aggressive when it comes to dungeons.
The chanting is very guttural.
Incredibly conservatively quiet when it comes to people. Doesn't talk really unless he has to, and his method of transportation is backflip,
Yes.
which is nice. Do you want to tell everybody about Will's character?
Will's character is named June or June, right?
I don't know. It
Yeah,
doesn't
one of the
matter.
two.
It's stupid.
It's
I don't know.
June.
Yeah,
It's
probably
June, I
like
think.
Jake. And basically, he's a ranger, and he lives in the woods, and he knows a lot of stuff about like tracking, but he's also he's kind of a mystery.
Yeah. I know his backstory is like his family was killed by goblins, so now he hates goblins.
Right, and that's we really got to reform that.
I'm being told that maybe WCCS.tk is working, but maybe
Is it working? It's possible.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
But if you are listening to WCCS.tk, hey girl, hey.
Hey, blink twice if you can hear us.
So
I think I heard it.
Will is a ranger. You're a wizard.
I am a wizard.
I think we forgot that Keanu is a wizard in the game.
He is. I neglected to say that.
He's
He
an
is a
actor
wizard.
that
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard, and
his job is actor, and he's dressed like an actor, but he shoots spells out of his
Yeah.
hand.
and I'm not even talking about the game. I'm just talking about the actual
Right, just
Keanu
regular
Reeves.
Keanu
I haven't even
Reeves.
gone to my character. Yeah.
Tabby plays Sypha, who is
Sypha.
a half-elf rogue. She's an
Mhm.
assassin.
Assassin.
She's got a short bow and a dagger, and she just runs around killing people. She was raised by dwarves. That's kind of all I know about her.
She picks a lot of locks.
She picks a lot of locks.
Yep.
Yeah, and she doesn't.
And
She's
a lot of hearts.
she picks a lot of hearts.
Do you pick a heart? Like, do you try to break into a heart? Like,
I've broken into many a heart in my days of yore.
ooh,
Oh.
I'm concerned.
Murder.
So that's our stage. We've got Keanu Reeves, the wizard,
Uh-huh.
June, the ranger,
Albin, the social
Albin, the monk, and Sypha, the rogue. I don't mean for the show to be a D&D podcast, but maybe we'll have updates on how the adventure's going.
Yeah, why not?
But how has it gone so far? You guys have been through 4 sessions. You've done
yes,
like an adventure and a half.
it has been an experience.
What are your thoughts? Give us like a summary and then like an analysis.
Yeah, so it's been very enjoyable. Definitely, I said this, but it's definitely not exactly what I expected. It relies a lot more on like improv and like just doing whatever you want, basically,
Uh-huh.
which is great because I want to be able to do whatever I want in a game like this. So you just have to roll a die.
Just to interrupt for a second.
Yes.
I do have a friend who is listening.
Oh, what's her name?
Wow.
My friend Colin.
What's up,
Said
Colin?
it's working. Hi, Colin.
What are they listening on?
WCCS.tk.
No, I mean like phone or.
I assume it's phone. So we might have updates like this, technical difficulties, but
Yes.
this and probably every future episode of Radio Round will be recorded just in case.
Right.
Until we get better recording software,
Michelle doesn't get it.
it is required to be recorded on Tyler's phone.
Yes.
But hey, it works.
The ultimate means of technology.
And this will all be going up on our SoundCloud, which we will post links to later.
And also, like rap freestyles along
Right.
with that.
Yeah, we will also have an album on
Yeah,
that.
we will get a little pump feature for the next episode.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. So you like D&D? It's
I like
improv.
D&D a lot. I like the fact.
We'll edit all this technical stuff out.
Yeah,
when we
sure.
upload it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna hear this.
Nobody's gonna listen to it.
Who would listen to this? So basically, one of the things I like about it a lot is that you get a lot of leeway to just do like voices and like basically say whatever you want and just see if it works out.
Okay. One more technical interruption.
Please do.
This is a text from my wife. Ava says, "I'm listening. The link isn't working, but if you just look up WCCS Wheaton College Radio, it works."
Oh,
So I guess tell your friends to just Google us.
please do.
But again,
It used to be the opposite. It used to not work like that.
right. But
Now it does work like
again,
So WCCS, Wheaton College Radio.
WCCS Wheaton College Radio. Google it. Listen to us. Again, this will all be going on SoundCloud, so don't worry.
Right.
Anyways,
yeah.
you get to do funny voices in D&D.
Yes.
And that's your favorite part about it.
Definitely.
What have you guys been like physically do? What's the story so far?
Story so far is that like okay.
And I don't care like if this isn't accurate. Like I don't care if people listening like get the accuracy of D&D. I just want to know what you think is going on.
What I think is going on is that
Like,
every
like, what do you
single.
think the story so far is?
I think the story is that we're surrounded by these towns, and every single town is full of an inner darkness and weirdness that I don't.
Right.
That everyone, all the villagers are like, "There's nothing going on here," and there always is.
So
at least twice
you guys
so
have been
far.
to 2 towns. What
Yes.
was the problem with the first town?
The problem with the first town was that
I guess that didn't really have like a darkness. It was just
no, but
like it was bad things were happening to
there
it.
was bad things happening. I may have suspected the head of the town was involved in stuff when he wasn't. I did show where the kids Baron.
Right, and it was his kids, and
Yeah.
he knew where they were. and
So I feel a little bad about
Right.
that, but so then there was like a secret, cavern thing we went into, and that was crazy. And then the second time we went to, which we just finished, was ruled by just this complete jerk who's like seriously with his stupid elf hair, and he's like, "Look at me, I'm the mayor, everyone loves me," and everyone's like, "Yeah, we do." And then really he's just like, "No, I want to eat your skin," which
Right.
is just sucks.
So
Yeah.
to put all of those into real words, the first town you guys went to, Oakhurst, the Baron of the area, his castle had fallen into a ravine,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys had to go through that ravine and kill an evil tree that was infecting the region and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you guys just went to Grimlawton, which was controlled by a mayor who was actually a mental puppet of a thing called a false hydra, which,
Yep.
Google it, it's really scary.
Yeah.
And they killed it because I made it really weak because I wanted them to kill it.
Still scary though.
But yeah, so that's what's going on so far in D&D, just
Yeah.
kind of hopping around.
The main lesson I've learned is to never trust a
Don't
leader
trust
of
anyone.
any
You
town.
guys are pulling some goofs. What's been your favorite goof so far that you or someone in the party has pulled?
Favorite goof?
Yeah,
So
like,
just
like funny thing that you've done
Oh,
that you're
boy.
like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, that's a really good question actually.
Yeah.
I will say that something that has surprisingly carried me through with a reasonable success rate through this, not necessarily a goof, is that I picked up cheese once at a market.
Yeah, that was just like, okay, he's gonna have cheese. You've used that pretty well.
Yeah.
Especially because I didn't put 2 together, but the first enemies you guys faced were giant rats.
Yeah, which I didn't
So-
anticipate.
It's probably best that you had cheese.
Yeah, I would say cheese is mandatory for
Yeah.
any of this. And then also, I guess a goof could be really easy just in the fact that if you say one thing wrong to the wrong person, you could
Right.
end up just getting, like, murdered.
Well, because it's like real life.
Yeah, it's like real life.
If you're in like a
basically.
standoff situation, like a bar fight, and things are about to get heated, and then you're like, I'm your brother, and then it doesn't work, they'll be like, no, you're not, and punch you in the face. So
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens.
Right. Except in the game, I have significantly less cheese than I do in real life. And all
Right.
things,
Well, you
so.
could get cheese.
I'm eating it right now.
Oh. Yeah. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I
but-
can't find it.
Yeah.
You can't find the cheese.
Just by notice by looking
Oh.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, some people can and some people can't. Don't worry. It's gonna be on SoundCloud.
Yes.
I know we'll probably lose listeners, but if
That's okay.
you're loyal enough to listen on SoundCloud, we really want you listening anyways. So, my favorite thing that you guys have been doing is, it's really nice when you set up like a dungeon full of like traps and stuff.
Mhm.
But the problem is some players are really smart and just like every room they go into, they're like, okay, I stealth everywhere and I check for traps everywhere, and they take really slow and cautious approach. Luckily, our good friend Harrison literally sprints through every room and kicks down doors, which is just lovely from a DM's perspective.
He's like, okay, here's a door, so you can go through it. I kick it down.
I kick it down. Which is awesome because I get to say, okay, a scythe comes down and cuts you up, and they summon all these skeletons, and there's
Right.
a demon. It's great.
Yes.
If all of this is intriguing to you, play D&D. It's really easy.
And it's really fun.
You just need sets of dice or like a dice rolling app. You need friends. You need character sheets, which you can download for free offline, and maybe some of the books, like the Player's Handbook or the Dungeon Master's Guide. I'm not going to advocate for you finding their PDFs without paying for them because that would be illegal. But if you can do that, that would be cool.
Mhm.
I've certainly never done that, and
Who would?
or you can just go buy the
This
books.
is actually
They're
a
worth it.
sting operation.
Yeah, this is actually a sting operation to catch
The
people
FBI is very passionate about
illegally
D&D
downloading
abuse.
D&D PDFs.
Also, all I'm saying, this is totally off topic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So basically, we started losing the radio thing
we started
once
losing.
you brought up the scary FBI people.
Yeah, that's true. We started. Not, that's actually crazy for any longtime listeners. We've started having technical problems ever since I mentioned like the CIA and like Area 51, which is honestly
It's been a long time coming.
There's interdimensional aliens.
right.
Yeah.
That's probably a coinky dinky, but if not, thanks FBI for shutting down our radio show.
I think they're gonna shut it down even further just for saying the word coinky dinky. I think that's a federal crime.
They
in
seem
most
like
states.
that kind of asshole. to
Yeah.
just be like, "Blah." Hey, look, there's a list on the wall that says words you cannot say on air, and asshole is not on there.
Just don't say it, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. I won't. We'll
What-
edit
what he-
that out.
No, what he said was he was like, I don't have a soul,
Right.
and that he just said it like really slowly.
I guess it's not one of the words.
No, it isn't on the word. Do you want me to read the word?
No.
FSCMPT. That's what it says.
It says don't get us fined. I don't know what that means. What does
Right.
that mean?
I don't know.
How can we know?
Anyways, so that's my favorite part of D&D, but this is not my first rodeo.
Mm.
You've never played before. Harrison's never played before.
Yes.
Tabby and Will have played. I've
Clearly.
been playing since I was like 12.
Mm.
I was a player for many years until
Ooh, a player.
senior. Yeah, I was a player. Until last year when I started DMing for friends at home.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I've been DMing, like here at college, and I just got a text from my best friend Colin saying, "You're making me want to play D&D now. Sounds fun. Thanks, Colin. I want to play D&D with you, but you never do. So
Colin, I will play D&D with
yeah,
you if Ryan
yeah,
will.
we'll start up a session. Don't even
We've
worry about it.
replaced you, Colin.
You have not been replaced, Colin.
No.
Um,
We appreciate you, Colin.
Tyler, say we
Oh.
replaced him.
No!
Tabby, one of our players, has texted in to the Radio Ryan cell phone
Ooh.
and has said, now that she's listening, that speaking into Meepo's mind and freaking him out was the best.
Oh, that was fun.
They
yeah.
ran into a kobold, which is this little dragon dog weasel guy named Meepo.
Yes.
And they Tyler has a spell called Message where he can send like a telepathic message. So he sent like "We are friends" to Meepo, but Meepo's so stupid that he didn't realize that, so he thought it was like a demon and ran away screaming.
He just heard a voice in his head and just started screaming,
Right.
running away.
Which was pretty nice.
And then I would just try contacting him again. He wouldn't accept my calls.
We're gonna take a quick break because that's what we do here,
Yeah.
and I'll play a nice song for you because again, that's what we do here. And when we come back, I'll tell you guys my favorite D&D stories from my many years of playing.
Yes.
Until then, here's Electric Light Orchestra.
All right. Colin, I don't know you, but let's play D&D.
I hate you, Colin.
Hi. Hey, welcome back to Radio Ryan, episode 202, Dungeons and also some Dragons.
A little bit.
I'm Radio Ryan. I'm here with my favorite guest ever, Radio Tyler.
Thank you.
Is my mic working? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, yeah, should be. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Just have to enunciate more. We're talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
That we are.
We've gotten some really positive responses so far, which I really like.
Yes.
Out of like the 4 or 5 people listening, I think all of them have texted us, which is cool.
100%.
Yeah, it is cheap. The monster is T-Pain.
The monster is T-Pain?
On The Masked
Yeah, I
Singer.
knew it was
On The Masked Singer.
Yeah, tune into The Masked Singer tonight. This is sponsored. But for real, we're talking about D&D.
We are.
And I've got another text from a player here, Will, telling us about Martin.
Ooh.
Martin's a character we just introduced.
Yes.
So in the
Love Martin.
in the Sunless Citadel, the adventure they just played through, they were in like a castle,
Mhm.
and in the depths of the castle, in the underground caverns below it, there were these skeleton gardeners, and they were supposed to fight them. But in the book, I was like, why would they fight them? They're gardeners.
Right.
So I changed it
Chill.
to them being just chill gardeners that pointed the way. And at the beginning of today's session, a mysterious benefactor sent them a magic skull, and once Tyler gave it flame, it became one of those gardeners that is now their
Michelle's also-
buddy, and his name Martin. Hi, Michelle. We're being told that.
Hi, Michelle.
Gladys Knight is the bee
Also, Gladys Knight is the bee.
on The Masked Singer.
Oh, dude, come on.
We're doing a crossover with The Masked Singer tonight,
Yeah,
by the way.
this is Westward of the Meds.
Yeah. It's it's a deal. On The Masked Singer, they're going to talk about D&D tonight.
Right. Not our show, just
No, just in general.
But again, if you're listening live, hello, I love you. And also, this will be recorded in on our SoundCloud,
Yes.
which is nice. So, really, who is D&D?
Who is D&D?
I'm kidding. So, I'm going to tell you guys now, because I've been playing D&D for a while, about some of my favorite stories.
Ooh.
D&D. So,
Okay.
I might have mentioned already, I started playing D&D in 7th grade when I was 12.
7th grade.
It was a 3-person campaign with 1 DM.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. I was an elf rogue named... Maybe I was a halfling. I don't know. I was a rogue, and I believe my name was Sirdan Halway.
Did you come up with that name?
I did.
Where'd you get that?
It was Sirdan, which was like... whatever... Harrison, Lord of the Rings, Silmarillion, the dude that built the boats, the elf. It's like Círdan. Is that his name?
C-I-R-D-A-N.
Yeah, mine was Cerdan. I just
Okay.
stole that.
I dig it.
And he was my elf character in Dragon Age, so I just made him that in
Okay.
D&D. My first ever roll was a nat 1. We were on a beach and we were like sneaking up on some guys, and I rolled a nat 1 and tripped and fell face first in the sand.
Explain what a nat 1 is.
Oh, a nat 1 is a critical failure. Basically, most rolls with D&D are determined by a 20-sided die. So if you're like, I jump across the river and kick the guy in the face. If you roll a 20, the highest number you can, it's a critical success.
Yeah.
You jump over and like kick his head off and do like a combat roll when you land. A natural 1 is a critical failure, like you sprain your leg and fall in the water. And between that, you could determine how successful it is.
And then if you roll the die and it falls off the table, you die instantly.
If it falls off the table, you re-roll it.
Yeah.
So my first ever roll was nat 1. I fell in the sand. My friend Drew played a ranger.
A ranger.
Like what Will plays, like a bow boy.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Kyle played a bard. And he had mage hands, and he was such an expletive about it. He played mage hand all the time. Remember we fought 3 skeletons. They're all standing horizontally, and he like grabbed one of the leftmost one by the leg with mage hand and like pulled mage hand along and like dragged it so they all like crashed into each other, and like they're skeletons, they all fall apart.
Right.
And then Danny was like, well, you can't use mage hand for this. And then he was like, I'd take a grain of sand with mage hand and shove it in his eye. You can't attack with these. Like, I'm not attacking, I'm placing it.
For those who don't know, Mage Hand, it's a spell
Mage Hand, yeah.
where you can basically summon a floating hand just to do whatever you want. It can't attack anybody, but it can like pick up something and like throw it basically, or like
Talk
open
about
a
the history of
door.
D&D.
Yeah, I'll talk about this, Judy. Don't worry.
Or you could just do like the
History,
most insignificant thing possible with Mage Hand.
right.
Give someone a high five with a Mage Hand. From
But
far away.
my friend Kyle was just sort of
Like a
abusing the
woman.
system, and that campaign ended fairly quickly because my friend Danny, the DM, introduced an NPC named Torndeck,
It's an NPC.
an NPC, a non-player character, controlled by the DM, to help us out. He's a dwarf named Torndeck. I'm not gonna explain the joke to you because it's not syllable air. But think of what 12-year-olds might have done with the name Tordek, and what that sounds like a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just laughing too hard whenever I mentioned it, and we never played that same session after that. And then we played a Game of Thrones campaign, which was fun. I was
Okay.
a cleric in that. We've played.
Was it like the same rate of people dying as in Game
There
of
was a
Thrones?
lot of death.
Sounds like it.
I came up with the verb clunge, which is a
Clunge.
real word, but the way I used clunge was shoving my staff in someone's orifices, which is none of that includes a swear,
Orifices
so I can't say it
plural.
on the radio. Like, so I would hit someone in the knees and they would fall over and their mouth would hang open, and then I would take the staff and shove it down their throat.
Right.
Right.
Okay. As one does.
Yeah, to kill them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is what I did in the game more brutal than that?
You've done some brutal stuff. Will was really brutal.
Harrison, no
Will's-
offense, but you've been a psychopath throughout
Right.
this entire game.
Will has pushed a goblin's eyes in though with his
He
thumbs.
collected tongues.
With someone's tongue.
I don't
yeah.
know why he did that.
My friend Kyle in that first campaign collected something else that I'm also not allowed to say on air. But just imagine someone's
Elbow.
yeah, and then he would cut that off and then put it over his own elbow.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Which thanks, Kyle.
The elbow is a very sensitive part of the body. So
And yeah, I've played a couple campaigns. Usually my friend Danny was the DM, and last year I started DMing, and it's my favorite thing ever. And it's really fun. And if you've listened to this and you're like, I really want to play D&D, do it. Every time I've played with someone new, they've found it really, really fun and exciting, except for Drew's girlfriend, Emma. Emma, if you're listening, I know you say you like D&D, but I can see you're kind of bored when you're playing. Come on, have some more enthusiasm. Unless you actually like it, in which case, thanks, Emma.
what a call out.
D&D is just full of fun stories because it's really just improv with friends with some dice.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
like hanging out, but you're doing it in a fantasy world, and it's really fun.
It's basically as fun as you allow your imagination to really.
I got an
Be
angry
at work.
text from active listener Colin Jones saying, I came up with clunge. Which maybe he did, I don't know. It was like
We're not
3
claiming
years
you
ago.
didn't. I mean.
Yeah. So for the Radio Ryan record, my best friend Colin Jones came up with the verb to clunge.
What a
Name's
legend.
Colin Jones.
Isn't it?
Well,
Well,
not name a comedian.
Colin. I feel like you're
Colin
mashing together.
Jost.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're mashing together like two different
this
names.
is a story I'll probably tell like 5 times on Radio Ryan, but I've been friends with a person named Colin who goes to school in California now since I was like 5. I met my friend Colin Jones freshman or sophomore year of high school, and to differentiate the two, we always called him Colin Jones. And he's been like my best friend for like 3 or 4 years. I've almost exclusively called him Colin Jones, like his full name, and people find it really funny, and then they start calling him Colin Jones.
It kind of
sometimes
rings
I'll
off the
slip up.
tongue.
I've said this so many times. He's got a very round name,
Colin Jones.
Colin Jones. It just feels like complete. And I've slipped up and be like, "Oh, hey, Colin," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Colin Jones," and then he'll be like, "No, my name's Colin." That's about as much airtime as you're getting, Colin, unless you come on the show. But yeah, D&D is really fun.
It is. As someone who played recently, I think it's a mix between what you bring to it and what your DM really
Yeah.
brings to it.
I've had DMs before, and I won't name them, that felt kind of unprepared, but there was really weird like dynamics in the player. That's something you need to think of. You can't just have like 4 people you don't know.
Yeah, we're talking
And-
about you, Kevin.
Yeah, come on, Kevin. But usually the DM should be someone who's played before, and then a bunch of people who are enthusiastic about it. I remember I played with someone who had never DM'd before, and it was me and 2 experienced players, and then 2 people who had never played, and we weren't really friends with the 2 people who had never played.
Mm-hmm.
Just a kind of a weird scenario, but it was still
Why'd
fun.
you play with them?
Why did I play with him? Because I was friends with the DM,
Oh,
and it was like his other friends that I wasn't really friends with. But I'm excited to play again. Colin Jones. I gotta stop mentioning Colin Jones.
Colin Jones.
He's getting a lot of airtime.
Radio Colin Jones.
Radio
is going really well.
Radio CJ's. He's eventually gonna DM a campaign that I'll probably help him with,
Yeah.
and then I'll
CJ.
probably
If I
play.
ever meet him, I'm calling him CJ.
Don't call him CJ.
I'm calling him CJ.
Anyways,
Hey, CJ.
He's gonna call in
I'll
and
play.
curse out Harrison.
I'll play in that, and I've been waiting to.
Hey, CJ.
Yeah, that's Harrison. I'll be able to play in that, which is exciting because I haven't played D&D in a while. I've DM'd pretty steadily over the past like year, but I haven't been a player, which is nice because I'm like such an obnoxious role player, which is nice because you guys know how I have like three accents in D&D, like Scottish, slightly British, and really British.
It differentiates from hello to hello.
Yeah.
To
I've got I don't know and I don't know and stuff like that.
The size of a tangerine.
But I'm ready to be I'm ready to roleplay as Michael Caine. Gotham City needs Batman. And Batman needs Gotham City.
I've heard your cries to this house since you were little
I've buried
baby.
2 ways before. I'm not going to do it again. Anyways, I'll leave you with those Michael Caine impressions.
To blow the bloody doors off.
We're gonna take another quick break because we've been giving him so much freaking airtime.
Yep.
We're gonna play a song Colin Jones showed me. This is one by the Lemon Twigs, an artist. Trend to continue talking about Colin. We're gonna talk about Colin Jones for a little bit more.
This
and
is
then
now
we're
a
never
Colin
gonna
Jones
mention
podcast.
Colin Jones likes to recommend me music or artists, and then I'll say, "Oh yeah, I'll check them out," and then I never do. And then 2 weeks later, I discover them coincidentally on my own and text them, "Wow, this band's really good," and they'll be like, "I know." Okay, so this is one of those bands. This is called Lemon Twigs. This is their song. The student becomes the teacher, and
Student becomes the teacher.
we'll be back in like 3 minutes when it's over.
The student becomes the teacher, and the Radio Ryan becomes the Radio Colin Jones.
CJ!
Welcome back to Radio Ryan.
Defend
Episode
me.
202.
Harrison is defended.
Harrison has been defending his D&D character. We're
It's
talking
a
about.
good character!
No, it's a great character.
We're
He's just
talking, it's a
terrifying.
great character. We just like to joke with it.
Alvin will murder.
we are doing. Shut up. We're doing Dungeons and also Dragons. We're talking about D&D, our favorite D&D stories. Encouraging everyone to play D&D.
Yes. I
and
recommend it.
Mentioning nobody. This looks like a key to the radio. Anyways,
What is it?
what so far, your impressions of D&D? You like it?
I
You love
definitely like it. I have, you know what's funny is that I have friends who, like, for years, not for years, but like for the past couple of years, like I knew them in high school, and I would hear about them playing D&D, and like so I think some of them, one of them, she listens to like a podcast for
I
called,
do
like,
too.
Critical Role or something.
I
I never
listen to
listened
that
to it, but
one.
I've heard it's good, or like other ones too. I don't know their names. But I don't know. I never really understood the appeal of it. I wasn't like opposed to it, but I
Right.
just never really got it until I started playing it. And
Yeah.
I guess I came in. You know what? I would recommend to anyone who's never played it and they're not sure, just be open to it. Because if
Yeah.
you come in open to it, you will find yourself at a really good time.
I think people overestimate how much game there is.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. It's not. I would say it's not a board game. It's like literally some paper and some dice. Some
Yeah.
people get more into it.
It doesn't require a lot of effort.
I'm pretty loose with it. It's a lot of, okay, what do you want to do? I want to punch this guy in the face. Okay,
Right.
roll.
Or drown him in soup.
Or drown him in soup.
which we did, and then I
Which
seasoned it
we've
with
done.
cheese afterwards.
The debate we were having during the break was that we were talking about the drastic
I defend my own
shape of yin and yang of Harrison's character Alban, and who better to defend it than our good friend in studio technician Radio Harrison coming up to the mic.
Defend your honor.
We'll edit in some fake clapping. I'll spend like 6 hours editing this episode tomorrow, and it won't turn out great.
Probably wouldn't.
So you play Alban
Yes.
in our D&D session.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you give everybody a brief overview of who Alban is and why he is the way he is?
Alright, so
What happened to him in his childhood?
so what happened to so Alban was raised in the southern fiefdom of what country is it called?
Rosefall.
Rosefall. The southern fiefdom was all plague ridden.
Uh-huh.
So his entire family's dead.
Right.
And then he was raised by like silent monks after a
Right.
few years of being
He
alone.
joined like a monastery.
Yeah, so he's really socially awkward because
He was trained in the ways of martial arts, but
Yeah.
not in the ways of huge social contact.
because like you spend your first years as an orphan alone.
Uh-huh.
You don't develop social skills.
Right.
And then silent monks don't have great conversations.
Uh-huh.
Fair.
So now he just goes around being socially awkward and beating people up when he has to.
Right.
And giving money to orphans, most importantly.
Uh-huh.
And being a good Illuminati.
So the dichotomy we were talking about was in town, around people, in civilization, Alban is very shy, doesn't really talk, donates pretty much all of his money to
all of his money
to orphanages, churches. He's a very devoutly
He
religious
never gets
man.
anything.
He never gets anything.
Always
in return,
ask.
even though he always asks for a reward for his donations. And
that
as soon as
defeats
he
the
gets
purpose
into
of it.
dungeons, he starts sprinting, backflipping, and kicking down doors, brutally beating goblins to death with his quarterstaff, using
Is
like
it
a
brutal?
bat. It's
Yeah,
brutal.
can we define brutal?
You hit it. I gave you inspiration because you killed one of them like the Inglorious Bastards.
Please describe how I did it.
Okay, so he like knocked his legs out with the quarterstaff and then like rattled his staff against the wall to
Like Donnie
intimidate him.
Donowitz.
Like Donnie Donowitz, and then cracked him over the head with it. And then there was one time where you drowned a goblin in a pot of soup.
And
then
what's wrong? Well, tell me how that doesn't fit with a money-giving person to orphanages.
I just think it's interesting that you have sort of this inner like warrior inside of the, because when a D&D monk, for anyone listening, is not like a shaved head like brown robe monk. Think
That's
like
how it's literally how I picture him.
think like Goku from Dragon Ball. He fights unarmed and has ki. Like literally, it's in the book. It's ki and powers like that. Harrison is interesting because he's taking it both ways. When he fights, he's that kind of warrior, but in real life, he's literally a monk, like a religious guy.
I literally thought that's what I had
He's
to
like
be.
30, and he's. Are you bald? I don't think.
Yeah,
you're
I
bald.
picture my guys bald in
Bald.
robes.
Bald with robes.
You
Okay.
really need to commit and shave
Wait,
your head
so
next time.
you're telling me my character didn't have to actually be a
No,
monk?
no, he's,
What?
He didn't actually have to.
I
be
thought
like-
that's what I was choosing.
No.
I thought he had to be a monk.
No, a monk in D&D terms just means like a.
I made this in
unarmed
September.
fighter.
You couldn't have told me.
I think, for better or worse, this has turned into an amazing character.
I think I'm
Absolutely.
really happy with the character too, but I would have liked the option.
No, a monk just means like an unarmed warrior, like the guy
I was
from Street
unaware of
Fighter.
this.
Well,
I don't know what that
You
is.
have to understand, this is the best possible
This is-
outcome.
yeah,
This is the best possible outcome.
You're a D&D monk in the streets, a religious monk in the sheets, in that you are chaste beyond belief.
Yeah.
You're
basically.
probably a virgin in the game, right?
I don't think he knows what sex is.
I don't think he knows what it is either.
No.
I don't think his religious book probably
Right.
covered that, so I don't think he
Right.
knows.
He
He just goes around. So sometimes he beats people
Right.
with religious items.
Plus,
Right.
he doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say a lot.
He speaks rarely.
We'll have an adventure where it's get Albin laid is the plot, and you have to like grow his hair out.
I don't really know if I want to play that.
He
With,
goes through a
you know
real
what?
free
Hey, you
spirit
know what?
phase.
We'll see. All right, we'll see.
yeah, but no, please no.
But are you having fun with the character?
I'm having a lot of fun with the character.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
having
do like.
fun watching him have fun
Right.
with the character.
It's just
I like
so-
how quickly you've embraced it.
It's just so weird because I don't talk. My character doesn't say something, so I
Right.
talk to the other players, but I don't
Uh-huh.
like talk as my character.
Right.
So when I do finally speak the few
Yeah.
times, I'm awkward because I don't know how to speak
You've
with the
spoken
character.
like 3 times, and it's been like, "We're gonna kill you."
One time was I gave a eulogy.
Right, you gave a beautiful eulogy that moved everyone to tears. Then you yelled at the boss of the Immersive Venture, saying,
I was like,
"We were sent by the Baron," and then you attacked him.
Yeah,
And then you
I
tried-
I just talked to a priest.
And then you just talked to a priest.
who I put in. I'm not gonna.
You knocked him out.
I knocked him out.
He ran
and-
at you with a knife, and you defended yourself. I would say.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he ended up in a not great place.
Right. In the bottom of a medieval toilet, and
Yeah.
then he committed suicide. But hey, you know what?
You know what? You live
Things
and you
happen.
learn.
Those
Right.
two things aren't related.
And then I gave him a nice funeral. So
Right.
I guess I've spoken 4 times.
Yeah. So really, I think so. Your monk specialization
Mm.
is Way of the Long Death, and
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know
you've
what that
really
really
embraced
means.
that as sort of like the Silent Sisters from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Like those,
yeah,
like
yeah.
those, like. So I would think that in your life before fighting, your monk specialization was like funerals and eulogies, because not only are you fascinating with murdering people, you are constantly giving eulogies and doing pretty well at them.
See, I don't know if it's fascinated with murdering people.
You just
I'm
are really good at it.
So
right?
not even like with how you fight is you roll a dice, and if you roll high enough,
Uh-huh.
and like you roll high enough, you hit it, and then you deal
Right.
damage. When I roll with my actual weapon,
Uh-huh.
I miss 95% of the time.
So you just punch people.
Yeah, just punch people, and that does so much less
Right.
damage.
Right. Well, as you level up, it'll do more.
Alright. Harrison, I would unironically watch like an entire film
Right.
trilogy just about your
Yeah.
character.
I'm honestly thinking toward, as we get deeper, getting an artist to commission the party, which would be like we draw every now, because
Alright.
people do that a lot for D&D.
I wonder
I'm
what
assuming
Keanu
we would
Reeves
just
looks
draw
like.
it.
We could just draw it, but
Will
I'm
and
saying
Tabby are
Will and Tabby are
our
artists. Yeah,
people.
they could do it, but also if we want to, you can pay. There's a lot of people who will say like, if you pay me like $50, I'll draw.
I'm not
it
sure if I
or
want to
something.
pay for that.
Yeah, I don't think I would either, but
Especially when you have Will and Tabby.
I would.
Right.
Shout out Will and
so,
Tabby.
I mean, support your local artists, but like not us.
No, at least 75.
Right? We would have.
Wait, we want to charge more?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We don't get to charge them for the privilege of drawing us.
No, it would have to be like at least
But
$80.
but I would like the D&D podcast I watch, which I'm not going to plug because then you're going to listen to another podcast, and this is what you
This
do.
is your premier
It's the
D&D
only one.
podcast.
One of their players is an artist, and he draws the characters using the players as like templates.
That's cool.
So it'd be like you, but bald and a monk, but changed a little bit so it's not just like your face slapped on somebody,
Yeah.
but they would use like your features.
I picture Albin slightly Asian.
Yeah, I think we all.
I feel like that's how I from like the book. I
Because
think
older monk, I was picturing like a young Dalai Lama.
I guess like from what I was picturing, I think the picture in the book
Yeah.
that was like that's a monk. I think it was like supposed to be like an Asian man kind of.
Right.
But when people think of monks, they either think of semi-bald heads with
Right.
that weird.
Yeah, no,
with that
I don't want you to have
see,
that
on the
haircut.
radio. They can't see this,
Right,
but I'm
they
running
have
a
that-
finger along
right,
my head.
That crown.
Yeah,
I would say either be bald or have the Jufro. I think is important for your
bald.
Bald.
Albin's bald. Yeah,
Albin's
He just
bald. He's like
is-
32.
Yeah, he doesn't understand. He just gives away all the
Keanu
money.
Reeves, by the way, looks exactly like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, of course.
Urki, you can't forget about Urki.
Urki Timbers is
Urki
the gnome
Timbers.
cleric that was included as part of Sunless Citadel, and I took him and made him a DM-controlled player, which is pretty nice.
What a
Yeah,
lot.
I've had a lot of fun with.
I'm glad you have.
I think because so once you told me about inspiration, how like if you do something cool enough, they'll tell like you'll give us extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been trying to find cooler and cooler ways to kill
Right.
people.
Clearly.
Even if I don't give you inspiration, I'm glad that you're
Trying.
at least trying. Yeah.
Like with the false Hydra, with the boss of this
Right.
last session, I grabbed its jaw and pulled down,
yeah.
and
You literally had to roll a die to stick your
Right.
fingers in its mouth.
yeah, I
you
stuck
did
my
stick his
fingers in
fingers
its
out.
mouth. It's just it's
Yeah.
fun.
It's fun. And
yeah.
a message from our friend Will who plays. He said it's important too to not get embarrassed to do what you want. If you want to role play, then role play. If you want to do something serious or whatever, go for it. Respecting what other players want to do and being open to it is key, which is absolutely true. My favorite parts of D&D is when you guys really get into like I have the most fun at a session where you know that it's not the smartest thing to do to open a door
Mhm.
and just run in, but you're like, that's what Albin would do. Not to the point where it would get you killed, but I like that you can balance that sort
Yeah,
of
'cause I think-
rationality.
'Cause I feel like that's what Albin
your
like.
character.
Like you showed me stuff and it was like a way of the long death or
Right.
a way of death or something, and like you told me about that, I was like, oh, that's probably like.
Sorry.
That's probably like him just sort of not really caring about his own personal safety.
Yeah.
Just like,
Just like, I'm going to go and investigate.
yeah, I feel like that's
Do
something
stuff.
he would do, and it's fun
Fine.
to play like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for coming on to talk about
I
Albin.
think I'm gonna go all the way over back to the chair.
Yeah, you're going to go to the chair. We're going to take a really quick break before we come back for the final section.
And we'll be playing the 1812 Overture.
And we will,
We have the
in
king.
the break, be playing the 1812. No, I'm kidding. We're going to play, you know what? I'm going to play the songs for other people tonight, all right? Will likes Electric Orchestra, and Colin Jones like the Lemon Twigs.
We mentioned CJ again.
Dang it!
Stop
All right.
mentioning
All right,
Colin.
this is a song for me. I like
We're
all the
your
other
new
songs,
friends.
but this is a song for me. All right.
This is by Colin.
It's by Cage the Elephant. All right.
Oh come on, that's the same initials.
Shut up. All right. Break time. Okay, folks.
We're back.
We're near the end of episode 202 of Radio Ryan, which of course you can
Yeah.
listen to on SoundCloud. Yeah. We've had a really great episode. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't even ever lie to you, listeners.
I'm not even.
It's been kind of a, you know,
It's a pretty good
un-
episode.
unorthodox episode, but it's been pretty good.
Good
Yes.
episode. Best
Um,
episode.
We
A
are going
podcast?
to take a call now.
Yes.
This is a call I think anyone who's listening has expected and either anticipated, eagerly or dreaded. But we
Is
are
this
going,
who I think it is?
We're gonna have Jolin Cones call in.
CJ.
We're gonna. The phone
must
system
not be
doesn't
there.
work super well here. I basically have to shove the mic in the receiver
Right.
to hear it. But we're just gonna take a quick call.
Give us a call.
Colin, when you call, don't just like say hi and then like sit there like an idiot. Just like say a thing that we can like work with.
My advice is call in, Colin.
Yeah, Colin.
Remember when Adam just
You
goes,
text me
"Maple
right
syrup."
now? Yes, right now. So, Colin Jones is going to call in.
Yep.
We can all say hi. He can tell us his favorite part about... we got a call.
Who is this?
Jones Deborah. Who's that?
You should tell him to not listen to his like radio when he's calling.
Welcome, caller. You're on Radio Ryan. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Colin Jones, the one and only, I guess.
The Colin Jones?
Where are you?
What?
Where are you?
I'm in Suffolk University in Boston.
Okay, thanks for calling in, Colin Jones. Today's subject is Dungeons and Dragons. What's your favorite memory of D&D?
My favorite memory of D&D.
Yeah,
Well, I remember one time I was playing with my good friend Ryan Whiting.
he sounds really hot.
I thought you said he never played.
That's your opinion. I don't really want to speak on that on air. I have people listening.
Sure.
But yeah, I was playing with him and some of my other good friends, and I ended up killing some innocent child, if I recall correctly.
You stabbed the kid like 4 times, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
What are those red and blue lights outside? I don't...
yeah, and I stabbed the kid a couple times, and it didn't end up going well. There was some yelling and screaming.
From what I remember, you went to jail and then never played again, is that correct?
Yeah, I recall the session ending shortly after, and then never really turning up for another one after that, after the...
Albin does not approve.
Well, you know what? We're glad to have you called in, and hopefully you can play D&D pretty soon and
Yeah.
replace those memories with a positive one.
Stabbing Albin 4 times.
We hope you repress those violent memories.
All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for calling in, Colin Jones. I'm gonna assume you said goodbye because I'm hanging up on you.
Goodbye. That's me, Colin.
So thanks everybody for listening to
CJ!
episode 202 of Radio Colin Jones. We were so happy to have you. Check out our SoundCloud, which I'm going to put this on like the Radio Ryan SoundCloud, not the WCCS SoundCloud, because I don't know, maybe I'll cross-post it, but it's my SoundCloud. I do what I want. Okay, so tune in next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock on WCCS.tk, or check it out later on SoundCloud for the special, the Valentine's Day special with Ava, who is important, I guess.
Aww.
So, ending episode 202, Tyler, thoughts? Tyler, thoughts? To end out episode 202? Thanks, man.
Follow your dreams.
Really, really happy to have you on. First time on the show, right?
Yeah, first time.
How'd it go?
You know
Great,
what?
man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was, yeah.
Hopefully you don't ever have to come on again.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
We're going to close out the show with a song that I think everybody will love. And I'm going to think of it as I open our music player. Right? Remember the song I said I was going to play, Harrison?
1812 Overture.
1812 Overture, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course, what else would I play?
I assumed he meant Mbop by Hanson.
That's a good one.
Same thing.
Um,
I think we had a canon in that one, too.
so,
Aw.
this is me stalling because I don't actually want to play 1812 Overture.
I think
I'm
you
playing
wanna play
Outcast
Mbop by-
because whatever.
Oh, that's a better, actually, that's better.
Okay.
Okay.
So, hold on. Let me stall a bit while I open Spotify.
Do you think
Hey,
Andre 3000
how
plays
did you-
D&D?
Andre 3000 does not play D&D. D&D plays Andre 3000 because
Fair.
it is much more fun.
Can I play my next character as Andre 3000?
You sure can. Do you know who Andre 3000 is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Hey, I'm just checking, man.
Good.
His baby don't mess around.
We're gonna try and find a clean
Can release
version.
an album
If
before
you're
he
still
does.
listening, I'm sorry.